Poetry Corner. The Poetry Corner. The Poetry Corner. The Poetry Corner.
The Poetry Corner.
The Poetry Corner.
Good evening, everybody. It's another Tuesday. Welcome, y'all, to the Poetry Corner World exclusive. I'm passing it off to Valerie Lorraine, and she's going to let you all know what we have going on and who the poets are here tonight. Valerie?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe to the Poetry Corner so that you will get apprised of all of our upcoming shows. Tonight we have a beautiful lineup of guests. We have Robert Causey. We have Orion Meadows, who will be joining us momentarily. We have Barbara Schoner and Preston. And then, of course, our host, King, and myself, Valerie Lorraine. So tonight we are going to start with Robert. I'd like to invite him center stage here so that he can introduce himself and let us know what he's got going on.
Well, my name is Robert Causey. I'm a writer and poet from New Jersey, and I've been keeping a journal since I was 14 years old, so since 1978. So I'm an avid journal writer, and I am working on my first novel that I'm co-writing with my writing partner, Jairo Dialba. It's called Fate Has Handed Me a Wild Card, and we're finishing up the last section right now. So that's been primarily what I've been working on these days.
Excellent. Congratulations. May I ask how many books you have out?
I have 6.
Excellent. And they're poetry and novelettes?
Yeah, they're poetry, prose. I read a lot of story type poetry, which is what I'm going to share tonight. It's a little bit of everything. I have micro poetry. I have medium length poetry. And then I have prose style, short story-esque type pieces too in my books. With the exception of my first book, my debut book is pretty much all poetry. And then from the second book on, I started putting more journal-like pieces in and more prose-like pieces in.
Oh, lovely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome you to the stage and let you share some of your poetry with us.
Yes, I'm actually going to do this series. It's 3 pieces together. It's part 1, part 2, part 3, since we're doing like about 3. I thought it'd be fun to read these in succession. So the first one, it's self-explanatory. I don't really need to set it up. It's called Pink Champagne. And here we go. This is the 11th time I've been a groomsman. I am happy for Carl and Tracy, I really am, but I dread today. This old southern plantation home is on a rise overlooking the ocean. Tables are situated all around the dance floor. On top of each table are white linen tablecloths, silver candles and gold glitter that also dusts the floor. Past the dance floor, there are 4 sets of French doors that open onto the shore, giving the whole room a fresh, airy feel. The room is full of the other groomsmen in tuxedos, bridesmaids in peach taffeta. Moving among us are waiters and waitresses in their black attire, carrying drinks on silver trays. A fountain near the French doors spouts pink champagne. What is this, Hotel California? Organ music fills the room with its elongated dramatic notes. My face holds only traces of unease and sadness. about being here at another wedding, playing another intimate role in something I can never have. The anxiety is so intense in my heart that this occasion feels harrowing instead of joyful. Playing with the blue sea glass in my pocket, I close my eyes and wish for an escape out of here. But when my wish doesn't come true, I take my seat at the head table. I scan the room, consciously concentrating on each person in succession to determine if there is anyone here who wants to escape too, perhaps even with me. Then I spot you in navy blue, looking bored and unamused. I walk over to you, quietly introducing myself. You look at me suspiciously, lighting a cigarette with a gold lighter that is engraved with the initials TAR. A dot of gold is on the top of your left cheekbone. I feel high from the champagne as I wet my index finger to remove the gold glitter from your cheek. What is up with all this glitter, you say, while rolling your eyes? I grab 2 more flutes of champagne from the waiter's tray and hand one of them to you. Together we walk up a few steps to stand just inside the French doors that open onto the veranda with the shore stretching beyond, so we can look down upon the crowd. We watch the couples dancing, drinking, and laughing. The entire scene is colorful and playful, but up here with us, it is imbued with melancholy. I can't tell if it is really there or if I am projecting my own emotions over to you. Are you happy to be here, I ask, surprised to find myself speaking aloud. Is it that obvious, you say, pulling out another cigarette? Your stature and self-confidence are impressive. It makes you appear sturdy. Your sandy blonde hair shines under the lights. Any composure I had before has fled. You offer me your hand and we bound down the stairs, pushing our way through the crowd, past sequins and linens and bow ties. The bodies recede and lose dimension until they are only cutouts from a stage set. Their voices and laughter come in slow recorded warbles. You and I are alone amid this sigh of intimacy. All I can see is your face. Gentle strains of a violin float past us like butterflies in sunbeams as we stand on the balcony with our champagne. The setting sun is turning a majestic cloud formation tangerine yellow. The glinting sea is a brilliant shade of orange sherbet. Dusk has pared down its edges for us, so this little world we share now can be tender and memorable. And that's part 1.
Lovely.
All right. That was nice. I like that.
It was wonderful. Can't wait to hear the rest of it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, I have the pleasure of introducing Orion Meadows. So Orion, if you'd like to come up and let us know, introduce yourself, let us know what you have going on.
All right, thank you, Valerie. So my name is Orion Meadows. I'm a spoken word performance artist. Kind of like consider myself somewhat like an activist. Right now, I have 3 publications. One is entitled Inside the Box. The second one is Birthmark, and the third one is The Road That Grew Through the Barbed Wire. So just going to different open mics, promote my work, and then doing advocacy work. I'm with 3 organizations, actually, nonprofit organizations, and they're all related to the prison industrial complex. One is entitled NAFI, which is the National Alliance for the Empowerment of the Formerly Incarcerated. The other one is PNAP out of Northeastern Illinois University, which is the Prison and Neighborhoods Arts Education Project. And the third is ILCHEP, which is an acronym for the Illinois Coalition for Higher Education in Prisons. So that's mostly what I do, just doing that type of work, advocacy for people who are incarcerated or formerly incarcerated. And a lot of my work is kind of like a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of my work is kind of like centered around that cause.
Oh, excellent. Congratulations. It's very important work. We are very excited to hear your work. So the stage is yours, sir.
All right, so I'll start with this piece. It's entitled Penitentiary Blues. Penitentiary Blues. I wear these on my sleeves, literally. Penitentiary Blues. I say I wear these on my sleeves. This attire I'm dressed in is an expression of the depression. The color depicts the mood of a spirit fractured and bruised. These clothes that I wear reflect the woes and burden I bear from the utter hopelessness filling the ambience, oppressing my mind. Stressing my mind for a life behind bars is like a sentence of death in my mind, and see it makes me want to holler and howl like the wolf, howl like the wind, howl like Ginsberg. Penitentiary blues. The anguish, sorrow, and grief that I speak upon is not just a figure of speech. See, these blues, these speak volumes. Not clamorous, but a melancholic moan like the sound of the trumpet and saxophone as my heart song cries tattooed tears from the years and dreams gone to waste, longing for the joy that's been lost and left back at home. And if home is where the heart is, then my heart knows no solace. For my mind is held captive inside this body, imprisoned in this criminal asylum, turning me cold like the iron used to shackle up my limbs, in this black hole spiraling downward and making my mind spin. Somebody save me from these muddy waters I'm starting to drown in. Call a time out because I spent way too many days doing time in. If you could look through my eyes and journey to where my mind's been, to see that my mind bends on the verge of breaking from the rest of continual confinement, amongst lost souls immersed in the chaos and violence, branded like beads draped in fabrics designed to define them, then you would see the depth of the pain, the immensity of these wounds, and trace the tracks of these tears to a battered heart below the surface, injured and bruised. Penitentiary blues. I wear these on my sleeves.
All right, brothers. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Brilliant work. Great cadence.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, I was going to bring Barbara up, but it looks like she might have dropped. So I will flip over to Preston. Oh, thank you. Now I can see you. I couldn't see you there for a second. So there we go. We have beautiful Barbara returning to us this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Please let everybody know what you have going on. Introduce yourself. Tell us where we can find you. Oh, sweetheart, your mic is off. I think it's muted. No. Okay, I will bring Preston up now while Barbara fixes her mic. So Preston, if you want to let everybody know, welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you once again.
Well, it's great to be here. Thank you. My name is Preston Touchstone. You can catch me on Instagram under Touchstone_1 or Fred E. Freeloader. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I guess I'm the only Midwesterner here amongst all you Easterners. I have a few things published, not yet done the book thing yet, but I'm sure it'll come when it's ready to come out.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to that. Okay. Well, I am very familiar with your work. I'm definitely a fan, so I can't wait to see what you brought.
Thank you. This piece is called Elegy, and it sounds like this. Manhattan, Memphis, Jackson, Mississippi, places forever etched in memory, men cut down in the midst of movements. How often I've revisited Malcolm's podium, Medgar's carport, and Martin's balcony, wondering how things might have been different had they continued pressing our agenda, cursing those who stole their thunder. Not quite 40 years old, bullseyes on backs, miles marched, momentum gathered, missions unfinished, marked, murdered, martyred, mouthpieces muted, leaving voids and millions voiceless. sparks burning out, minds mixed up, missing their presence, young boys masquerading as men, mired in moments of mediocrity, without inspirations and visions to guide them.
Woo.
Sure.
There are
All right,
some
Preston.
rich lines in there. That was
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you so
Like
much.
that piece, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so I think Barbara might have got her mic fixed. Let's try this out. No, my dear, we cannot hear you. And so you've touched the mic for the mute. See if that comes back. Okay. So what? That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we'll work on that behind the scenes and see if we can get that fixed. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I will take a moment to introduce myself. I'd like to thank everybody for joining, whether you've joined us live here or you're here on replay. Please do like and subscribe to this channel. We'd love to have you back and being able to see the shows as they come up. So I'm Valerie Lorraine. I am an author and a host on IG and here on YouTube for Poetry Corner. So you can find me at Valerie Lorraine _poetic author. I have a book out called Falling, and I'm working on producing my second book, which I'm hoping will be out within the next 6 weeks. So this is a piece called You'll Find Me. If you come looking, you'll find me, a whispering ghost of passing hours. To me, you are just someone I used to know, inoculated from the love you gave, the damage you caused. So when you come looking, yes, you will find me, at peace and still in the rain season, whispering prayers that I push past the petrichor, reaching for the sun when it finally glistens on my soul. If you come, just come in dreams as the moon seeks destiny and stars shake dust from their wishful tales. I don't want to see you. Whispers are all I have. They become screams of color as they forcefully enter the cosmos. Don't bring me to your thoughts. I am beautiful where I am. Your company is deafening to my whispers. My life fell before it was time. I whisper louder. Yes, you will find me, unrecognizable amongst the stars, bright with soft voice, laughing and smiling with joy, richly loud, auras of silky vibrant hues, passions of pink and lustered gold. I am a ghost of your past. I do not come to you or seek you, yet you beacon me as you wisp along your broken days. I have been strawberry wine on your tongue, whispered sacraments near your ears, peacefulness to your broken soul, and beauty to your thoughts. All you may have of me is the ghost whispering by you, the wild of intoxication. I am very much alive, just not in your life. I am your mind's ghost, the fleeting, the whispering, the unattainable. Valerie Lorraine.
All right.
Cool. So now I'm in the show.
Thank you, friends. Okay, now we have Barbara.
All
We have
right,
Mike.
yes.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
something's wrong. I keep getting kicked out.
That's okay. You know what? We needed you to leave and come back so that we could get you on with your mic. So, welcome. It's great to have you here and be able to hear you. So, let everybody know what you have going on and where we can find you.
Okay. My name is Barbara, and I'm Barbara Sona, and I'm on Instagram. In Glass of Mead is my platform, and I'm also on my own page, Barbara _Sona. I'm excited because my audiobook just came out, and it's I did it about 2 years in the studio. It took me 2 years to finish it because I did all the vocals and I did the music and everything. So I'm excited about that. And you can find it on Audible or on Apple audiobooks. And
Lovely.
on my page, I have a lot of stuff on my page. I'm trying to promote myself, which I don't know how to do, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying,
Well,
and and then I've also got a book out. My one book, which is called "The Glittering Bird Reborn,"
right.
and I have a new book coming out at the end of the month about my cancer journey, and it's going to be called "Well, Hello, Mr. Cancer." So basically, that's what I'm doing now. Anyway,
Excellent. Okay, well, everybody's about to get a taste of what your audiobook is like, so we're super excited to hear what you brought for us
okay.
today.
This isn't from my audiobook. This is just one of my poems. But you want me to do something from the audio? I'll do that next.
Nope, that's okay. I was just meaning the sound of your voice.
Okay. This is called Manhattan Castle. Sometimes I stumble. I fall slowly, trying to stop my mistake. On and on it ravels. Is it too late to make amends? Sometimes I trip. I quickly get up, embarrassed at my clumsiness. I run to hide where no one will see me. It is safe in my Manhattan castle, behind my four walls, my secret haven of memories hidden in deep drawers. Sometimes I smile in the internet community, filled with kindness and love from poetry friends, people expressing with talent galore their fears, their joys, their sadness. Beautiful poetry community, like a family I never had. Sometimes I cry, for I miss my son. He was such a joy for me, and now he's left, and he won't respond to my endless pleas. Just say hi. I don't do good with loss. So much loss. It's just not fair. It's just not right. I try with my strong heart, with my hopeful mind. I've never given up, and I won't give up now. Sometimes I stumble. I fall slowly, trying to stop my mistakes. But truly, I tell myself, they happened. People say, let them go. They don't know how hard I've tried. In my Manhattan castle, they continue to abide.
Mm-mm. Beautiful.
All right, Barbara. Okay.
Beautiful read, too.
Yes.
Oh, incredible. Well,
Thank
at
you.
this time,
Thank you.
I'd like to, you're more than welcome. At this time, I'd like to bring up our host, King, and see if we can get a piece out of him.
Again.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host, King Atterbury, and author, published author of 17 books. And you can find me on Instagram, King Atterbury Inc. or King Atterbury 7. And I'm just going to go right into it. This piece I title Cosmic Flip. Nowadays, I see my counselor's counselor. Who is my counselor? I guess my therapist wasn't really seeing a therapist. Can't have a Libra moment where the scales are uneven. How the hell I get rid of my demons? They still screaming, dreaming, slipping into the world of the Sandman. Where's my Leo intuition? I was born on August 1st. The curse, resurrecting the dirt from out my dark side. When I wake from my sleep, in the mirror I can't hide from me, King. I am supposed to be royalty, but pain got a hold of my true self. So now I get to the bay and meditate and pray, inhaling the salt air, but in a Gemini way. 4 personalities, yet some have it bad as me. Refuse to be a casualty, returning as a majesty. Last of a dying breed, still carry my prayer beads. Next time the devil come for me, it's a God body feed. King.
Woo. Love that, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And congratulations on your newest book release.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'm going to bring Robert back up so that we can hear part 2 of his wonderful piece.
I should have mentioned before, I'm reading from my latest book, Kaleidoscope of Colors, too.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So this is Pink Champagne Part 2. And this is based on a real experience, too, in case you're wondering. Okay, so here we go. I am already at the sand's edge when I see a young couple holding hands by the water. I scoff and roll my eyes and head in the opposite direction. Suddenly I hear my name. I turn to find you running across the expanse of the beach with a bottle of pink champagne. Fireflies flash like sequins in the dark. Wait up, I'm coming with you, you say. I want to be alone, but I am unable to say no to you. I watch as you loosen your shirt and then half squat the bottle between your legs. You struggle with the cork until it gives way with a loud pop. I duck as it rockets past me toward the water. You offer me the bottle, foam overflowing onto my hand. The shoreline is silvered by the brightness of the moon. I try walking with my head back so I can see the host of stars above, but the motion makes me dizzy and I collide with you. Our legs tangle. You pull yourself out of it without tripping, but I am not as lucky. Looking down, you run your hands through your hair, sitting down next to me. We both take long swallows from the champagne that sits beside us in a niche in the sand. We take our shoes and socks off. For a while, we walk right where the water breaks without talking, holding the bottle to my lips. I look at you sideways, smiling. We stop and look at the dark sea, then up and down the empty length of the beach, debating. We undress under the cold light of the moon before wading out to where the cool water touches our thighs. Then we dive in. The coldness surprises our hearts. Submerged, we cut through the murkiness, which is scarier because of the nighttime, to where it is deeper. I can hear my heart beating. It makes me feel strong. Once I reach the surface, I swipe at my eyes, trying to orient myself. When I get my bearings, all I see are your eyes. They're closing, and then your lips touch mine. And that's part 2.
Whew. What a cliffhanger.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
That's the way to do it. Give us a little something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Oh, Ryan, I'm going to bring you back center stage and get you to grace us with another piece, please.
All right, thank you. This one is entitled Speak, Black Man, Speak. How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news. Yours should be saturated with the tears of a holy woman and anointed with the fragrance of a sweet perfume. Speak, black man, speak. Make the ether tremble by the sound of your voice like rushing waters of a tsunami crashing upon the shore. Speak with the authority of the griot, transmitting secret wisdom hidden in the ancient lore. Tell us about the Orishas and the Medunetu. Tell us about the 4 dimensions and the realm of the ancestors. Make us remember the rise of the Nubian pharaohs in Sudan, and the reign of the Zulu chief Shaka, whose enemies trepidated with fear upon hearing his name uttered throughout the land. Talk about the extraordinary intelligence of the doggone priest in Mali, and the courage of a bronze-skinned medalist from Louisville, Kentucky by the name of Ali. Convey truth to them like Sojourner. Ignite fire in their hearts for liberty with the fervor as passionate as Nat Turner's. Yes, speak, black man, speak. Raise the awareness in our ghettos like our glorious banner of red, black, and green. Teach them like James Weldon Johnson to lift their beautiful black voices and sing. Awaken them from their slumber so they can realize the dream. Remove the veil from their minds so their third eye can be open. And never let them forget the tragedy of the Middle Passage that went across the Atlantic Ocean. Remind them of the struggles and labors of their forefathers that brought them into the present, and let them understand that the future is forged by the decisions and actions that are transpiring as we speak. For Black history is being made every day because the shaping of our legacy is the result of the seeds sown in the soil of now by revolutionary petunias like Pam Africa and Alice Walker. Come on, speak, black man, speak. Baptize them in the Holy Spirit fire of your brimstone speech like the sermon of a Pentecostal preacher. Let the enunciation of your vows resound to the 4 corners, kindling a flame in their loins like the words of a motivational speaker. demonstrate the very reason why Black folk walk with swag. For the essence of life in Africa is rhythm. That's why we play dozens and talk all that jazz. All right, now speak, Black man, speak. Prophesy to these dry bones in the boogie down Bronx, Killer Cali, and Chirac. Explain to the impoverished youth that the true meaning of Solomon's wealth is the knowledge of self. Therefore, to inherit heavenly riches in the kingdom of God, one must first claim his birthright as an heir to the throne of a divine being. That's the eye that's all seeing, meaning that the seat of the highest power is the mind wherein the images of all creations are conceived. Speak, Black man, speak. Preach, Black man, preach. To each, Black man, teach. Open the doors of understanding and the pearly gates of wisdom, eternal, hidden, internal. Wake the sleeping beauty residing inside of them with the kiss of truth from your lips, uttering words sweeter to the soul than the honey scroll bequeathed to Ezekiel when he beheld the majestic glory amongst the cherubim and the wheels. Yes, speak, Black man, speak. Speak. Speak to us, brother. Speak of how the universe was spoken into existence according to the adepts and ancient sages, for it's been stated in various places by men of different races who revered and followed the sacred patterns of nature that the cosmos was obscured and covered in darkness when time never was. Then God said, let there be light. For in the beginning was the word. So speak, Black man, speak.
All right.
Brilliant.
That's what's up.
Orion, which book is that out of, please?
Both of those that I recited are from Inside the Box.
Inside the Box. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to bring Barbara back up to the mic. See what gems she has for us. Uh-oh. Okay. So we'll flip on to Preston. I don't know what happened with Barbara there, but she seems to be having some technical difficulties.
Okay. This piece is called Thelonious. The onlyest monk, Mr. Mad Jazz Genius, Melodious Rex, Lyrical Enigma Original, improvising rhapsodies inverted sideways, driving tumultuous fingers at medium tempos, rhythming exotic phrases, divine slashes of abstract flavor, striking primordial, chordal, esoteric dissonance, straight, no chaser. Trinkle, tinkle, jagged rattle of ivories, black and whites exploited to harmonic fringes, incredible, accessible rhythm giant, the essence of smooth, let's cool one, pirouetting off piano benches into full-fledged flights of swingdom, slippery rhythmic feet engaged in brilliant circles, twisting, twirling, whirling sublime, lost in the midst of a boulevard blues, cutting up and getting down, doing that Bimsha swing thing he does, visions of monk, climbing green chimneys, chasing imaginary notes and odd time signatures, or perhaps just hearing things inaudible to us.
Woo.
All right, Press.
That was brilliant. I would just like to thank each and every guest. We still have 2 more rounds to go. I just want to thank you. You all bring something unique and very spectacular to the show, and it's just a pleasure to have you all here. If you are joining us and you would like to like and subscribe to the channel, we'd appreciate it. We also have a poetry page on Facebook. It is called The Poetry Corner, and if you are a poet, you're more than welcome to put up your poetry. You're welcome to put up your events or your books or any great things that you have going on, so that we have a community there to support. If you are just a poetry lover, you're welcome to join that page and just enjoy. So we have Barbara back now. So let's see if we can get her back in, and hopefully she has audio and we can hear her lovely piece. Nope. Oh, poor Barbara. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. That's too bad. We'll have to see if we can resolve that for her. So I will step in quickly. This is called Lemonade. Lemonade days to my heart, thirsty and beckoning my quench. Bittersweet, incomplete. You chilled my glass, iced me down, served to me with strawberries to sweeten my lips. Syrup so thick I was dizzy with the rush. Where is the warmth of the summer sun to remove the chill you gave? The bitter taste, remove the sugar haze. Served to me with blue raspberries, adding sadness to the mix. Delirious in headspace, no time to catch the thoughts you brought. Full of liquids to float on, food would settle this down. But all you have is lemonade. I thought I loved to drink, the bittered ice is killing me, yet I still suck it back. I'm waiting for that memory of times long ago, when I could sip it back and not just feel the cold. The trust I had to take it down and not get that frozen brain, not feel the bitters on my tongue, or wonder what you gave. It's not just lemonade, hidden in this sweet concoction. I no longer find that summer satisfaction. Long ago I felt no pain. Problem was, I was also unaware of the game. Valerie Louise.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to Robert so we can hear part 3.
Okay. Well, this is part 3 of Pink Champagne, and away we go. Thoughts of you and me echo dully in the underwater chamber of my head. They are hard to pin down despite seeming to come more slowly than I am thinking them. I try to focus on them, process them, how I pushed you away for going too fast and too hard, and how your face looked amid my rejection, when suddenly it seems I have been immersed forever. The ticking clock of my heart is winding down. I become frantic, fearful my lungs will burst. I struggle to the surface, breaking into the atmosphere with the desperation of one caught in an undertow. The taunting thoughts of my painful breathing releases simultaneously. I pant for air. When I get my bearings, I see that you are already cutting through the surf with sure, even strokes toward the shore. By the time I reach the sand, you are seated by our clothes. You're trying to find your second sock. Your lips are pursed. You don't look up as I approach. Your skin is fraught with goosebumps in the suddenly crisp night. Blonde locks are pasted to your forehead. Your hair is matted with salt water. I better go, you frown, running a hand through your sopping hair. I plop into the sand. We sit for a few minutes, passing the bottle without looking at each other, our bare legs touching. You cock your head to look at me with an open, pained face. I am surprised to see your vulnerability. You bring your knees up, hugging them to your chest, biting your bottom lip hard. You begin to cry, your tears opalescent in the moonlight. I don't know what to think or what to say. I put my arm around your shoulders. You lean into my chest. After your cries cease, you look up and say, I'm so sorry, sounding remarkably sincere. You stand, your emotions seemingly have run dry. You begin to dress, I do the same. As I pull on my clothes, I watch you. You catch me looking and smile an embarrassed, self-conscious smile and say, don't look at me, I feel stupid. We finish dressing without speaking. The night wind off the sea is stiff and cool. The empty champagne bottle dangles from your hand. Even the sea grazing the shore is quiet. Do you resent me now? You ask in a tentative voice. No, of course not, I say a little too quickly. But deep down, we both know there is no way to make this right. The script has already been written. That's part 3.
Woo! Oh, I love it. I feel like we just got like some
Right
movie
now.
of the
All
week.
right.
Okay. I have a question. question that I would like to ask everybody. So I'd like everybody to answer, of course, one at a time. But I believe that there comes a point in every writer's life, whether it's poetry or a novel or just verse, that we realize that our work has evolved and it has elevated. And I'm wondering if each of you remember that moment when you realize, like, oh, my work just took a turn upwards. And at that point, do you know what it was? And if you know what it was, like, what was it? I know that's a large question, but I'm just asking for a brief answer if you can. I'll start with Preston.
Well, I think for me, I noticed a change when I started to understand the economy of words. Initially, when I began to write, it was just a lot of words, very verbose. And it wasn't until I started to pare those things down and I learned how to edit my pieces to the point where I was able to get right to the point. I think that's when my writing really changed.
Brilliant. I love that answer. Okay, I'm going to ask the same thing of Orion.
Like, I mean, as an artist, I've evolved like several times. So, I've been writing probably since I was about, I don't know, some type of poetry, whether it was rap or whatever, since I was probably like around 9, 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
So like every time it's changed. Sometimes just based on where I am, my influences, what I've been putting inside my mind. So like it's been different times that I've seen it like take a change.
Okay. So was there something that you felt was like the propulsion, not just that, like there's some experience that you had that made you realize, like, oh, you know what, I've kind of leveled up?
I mean, I don't know. I guess you could just feel it. You could just feel it when you're taking that shift. Or you just know it. But and from like just my experience, by it happening more than once, because when they first began to happen, it's like, oh wow, like okay, I'm on another level, doing something better, it's greater. But then, and then after like so many years, 2, 3 years down the line or whatever, then it'll evolve again. And so after seeing that happen to me more than once, like maybe a few times, I realized that that's just something that happens if you continue working to perfecting your craft.
Agreed.
I don't think that there's a limit, there's a ceiling really, except like what we put on ourselves as far as what we take in, what we consume,
Right.
and what we're willing to experiment with and how far we're willing to go. And so I think that some artists they plateau because they limit themselves and they're not willing to experiment with other styles or either other genres, sometimes incorporating them in their work.
Right. Thank you. I love that answer. Robert, I'm going to ask you the same question.
I completely agree with what Orion just said. I can pinpoint exactly when my writing started to shift. It was in 2020 because I was given the gift of time, because I'd always written, but I was a hotel guy, in the hotel business for 34 years. And I suddenly had all this time to write, and I assembled an anthology called Perspective to Pen during the first pandemic year. And I invited other writers I connected with on Instagram to join. And that was a project that helped me expand my writing, and I started to experiment more. And then I met my writing partner, Jairo D'Alba, and then it really rocketed, and my writing took off in all different directions. And we started out by writing a 1-act play together. And then I just started writing more experimentally, and my writing got better. And I think it's with anything. If you have the time to do it every single day for hours, as opposed to before, I would section off a portion of an evening to write, mostly journal writing. If I had a day off, then I might take a half a day to write. But then, that was limited compared to what I suddenly had in 2020 and beyond. Because my job had been eliminated at the beginning of the COVID crisis, and I was upset about it for 72 hours, and then after that, I said, I can be a writer now. And then a really remarkable thing happened to me that year when I was meeting people for the first time. I wasn't introducing myself as a general manager of a hospitality company. I was introducing myself as a writer. And it was the first time I ever had said that out loud. And I've been a writer for as long as I can remember, because I've been writing in a journal since I was 14 years old. So I have been a writer all my life, but I never identified with that until I was doing it full time. And so that was the point when everything shifted for me.
Okay, thank you. I think it's important that I think that people will appreciate to hear the answer. So thank you for answering that.
And the thing is that I had 5 books that had been published at the time that I realized that I could say I was a writer. So sometimes it doesn't matter, if you have books out there, and if you've received praise for the books and reviews and all that, it's inside it's what's inside your head and how you identify yourself. And I hadn't done that until the hospitality career was taken from me, and then I looked at it from the outside, but on the inside too, and that's how I came to that.
Thank you. I completely agree. You've all given great answers. I'm going to slip over to Barbara now and see what her answer is.
Lots of luck. Oh,
there we
got
go.
Me in.
You got the luck.
Yeah.
So,
sorry guys, I'm having a lot of trouble tonight with. I put myself on the iPad now, but
okay. Well, we're so happy that we have.
I can hardly hear what I'm saying because I don't know how to do. I can't.
The volume is perfect for us.
What's that?
The volume is perfect for us.
Okay, that's good. I'll just have to pretend I hear. So you're asking, I don't know. I think that for me, after I got really so terribly sick with cancer, and that took a year of my, last year, and something happened to me. I mean, I don't know. I guess I was so afraid I was going to die, and my writing got better. It was like it was a spiritual thing. It just, I really liked myself. I like myself now. That's what it is. And before I didn't know who I was. And I really know myself now, and knowing yourself, I think, just gives you permission to be who you are. And it comes out in your words. And I don't know. I've always been one of these people that just writes what comes into my head, and I don't edit a lot of stuff, And I'm starting to edit a little bit now because I'm writing my autobiography. And as you know, you've heard some of it.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
But, I just think I think we're all blessed to be able to write. And I think it's a blessing. And I'm very grateful that I have the ability to say what I want to say, so.
Oh, I love that.
Sort of, kind of, sort of. I can't hear.
So, do you want to, because
I'm sorry I didn't get to read any. Is it over now?
Nope. It's actually, I was just going to offer you the stage to read a piece because I know that you missed your last.
Okay. I found this really cool piece that I wrote. Do you know who Sandra is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, this is a prompt that she put out a couple of years ago. And I was going through all my writing and I went, wow, what's this? So, you look through your page and you find all this stuff. So I found this really cool piece. And the prompt was the wishbone in the rib cage. I am on my way to the battlefield, inside the cage that holds my heart. My heart has been wounded many times. I must rescue it. I have found a wishbone, a powerful weapon. Broken correctly, all your wishes come true. I can't go wrong with that. So I will arm myself with this wishbone. I will dive into the cavity of my heart. I shall soothe it and let it and tell it, don't worry. Happiness is coming. It really does. It really is. Something tells me times are changing for me. It's been rough, so rough. But there's a glimmer of hope I see. I have told myself again and again, stop worrying, stop wondering, start hoping, just be. I went to a costume store. I looked through all the racks and I found a beautiful flowing gown and a crown. I will dress myself as a queen. I will jump on top of a beautiful white stallion and march into the rib cage of my heart. I will be armed with my magic wishbone filled with all of my dreams. I will place it inside the rib cage where my heart lives. I will succeed.
Beautiful, Barbara.
What? I can't hear anybody. What?
All
Did you
right.
like it?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's cool, right? That was a cool
Yeah.
prompt.
Yeah, it was. Excellent. I'm going to bring up King now, please.
You're gonna
Get him
sing?
center stage.
What?
Nope, I'm not going to sing. You don't
Oh,
want
King?
that. Trust me.
No,
We'd
I'm
like
not
people
gonna.
to stay.
Nah, I'm not gonna sing.
No,
That's
okay,
not
well,
my thing.
There's two of us. I was going to ask you if you would like to answer the question. Like, do you remember a time when your poetry elevated and what you felt was the cause of that?
Actually, my poetry elevated last year.
Mm.
You know, it was a high elevation point, just interacting with different poets and just seeing society for what it is and what it was. You know what I mean? So it was just go time. So I traveled back around the universe, came back to Earth, and just exploded out with a lot of creativity.
Oh, I love it. So, any particular reason that you feel drove you to that, or just a lot of writing, some experience?
Just the change in life. You know what I mean?
Mm.
2020, we entered that whole pandemic thing. So with all this things going on out here, what do you do with it? How do
Right.
you address it? How you walk into it every day? So you just got to find a way to step yourself up, rise to the occasion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you very much. I think everybody had great
Well,
answers, and I think that it'll be very interesting to people who are watching this. But it was definitely very interesting to me. We are going to finish off round 3 with all the artists, and then I'll see if we have time yet. It might take us to time. So Robert gave us his third piece there. We were having some issues with Barbara. So I'm going to bring Orion back up and get Orion to and get Orion up center stage. There we go.
All right. Let me see. I guess I'll go with this. Man, the dream builder.
Okay.
Within the confines of this facility, my flesh is bound. But my spirit is transcendent, or resplendent like moving at Godspeed, quantum leaping the barrier of sound. My train of thought exceeding 186,000 miles per second square. With the intellect of an immortal, I could snatch the hand from Einstein's clock, shatter the hourglass of time, or wreck stone temples upon the sand Saqqara, bring into fruition Jacob's vision of the celestial stairs. I am man dream builder, builder of dreams. I took tombs and converted them into monumental buildings for kings. Yes, I think, therefore I am. Look at these hands. The ripples in my fingerprints are crystallizations of the first cosmic vibrations, anthropomorphically depicted on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in Michelangelo's creation of man. Endowed with the spark of divinity. In the image and likeness of my maker, making me the heir apparent of a celestial parent, not because I bear an appearance that's similar in the physical, but because I dare to dream using my imagination and with the power of visualization, I see things that are not, calling them forth as though they are. Like the light brought out of darkness at the dawn of creation, I'm man dream builder of dreams. With these legs, I stand bipedal, observing the marvelous phenomenon of creatures moving throughout the sea. I have no gills nor fins to swim with, but I'm not deterred by the obstacles that I see. I imagine traversing these waters someday. Refusing to fail, I took wood from trees, creating vessels to trek the streams in blue oceanic waves. Then I set sail, traveling distances afar, learn to navigate by using the stars. Look at me now, even the angels observing from the heaven thought, ah, me, ah. I am the brilliance of divine genius expressed in material form. Meaning that within my DNA is locked the untapped potential of an unseen essential. With my mind's eye, I can attain sight beyond sight, defying forces of this natural realm that's binding my physical temple. I am man dream builder of dreams. Okay, well, next I focus my eyes on the expanse above. And I saw amidst the clouds the wondrous aerial display of fowls such as the raven, eagle, and dove. And at the sight of these magnificent creatures in flight, I was bedazzled and fell in love. So I aspired to take ascension into the sky, but since I had no pinions, the naysayers scoffed at my dreams with contempt, uttering derisive opinions. Said I was out of my mind, because my heart's desire was to fly through the heavenly skies. Said that man was only destined to have landed his dominion. But I was not deterred. To those who opposed me, I never deferred. Wasn't born with wings, but I followed a dream that took me to a height in the heavens that even exceeded the birds when I stepped foot on the moon. Now I dream of space stations on Mars, one day moonwalking on Saturn's rings and dancing with the stars. Literally, I am man dream builder of dreams, in the image of my creator, because my imagination allows me to envision great feats, speaking things into existence, and with the power of volition causing these things to be. Yes, I'm the dream builder with the power to see. The radiance of tomorrow calls things that are deemed impossible to be. I am man. Yes, I am man. I am man dream builder of dreams, the manifestation of an image conceived by a beautiful mind with the audacity to believe that what one's heart truly desires shall be achieved. I am man. Just look at me. I am man.
Peace, God.
Love
Peace,
that.
God.
Love that. Thank you so much.
Like that.
I'm going to bring up Preston, and then I'll bring up Barbara, and then I will I'll close and bring up King to do his closing. So Preston.
Okay, this piece is called Melancholy. The sun no longer sets nor rises, no radiant moon or resplendent stars preening their opulence. There will be no more amharic moans or settled breaths in small hours. I left bereft, bemoaning remembrance, ballads of heartache and solemn goodbyes. In its absence, grief becomes me. O Ethiopia, how I pine for thee, bewildered by breath, black and beautiful, glimpsing fleeting reflection, chasing memories, remnants of you, slipping through fingers. I labor in dreaming, unrequited, never again to be held in your presence, sequestered in silence, blundering I, paying penance for falling with no reprieve nor recompense, bowed and broken, beckoning I, languishing and longing. So these words I pen, opining lost love.
Ooh, is that beautiful? Ooh.
Right, Press.
Lovely. Thank you so much. That was brilliant. All right, Miss Barbara, you get one more piece for us.
So you can hear me because I can't hear anybody else.
We can hear you. We can hear you, dear.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on one second.
Yeah, no problem.
I was trying to find a piece from a while ago. Sorry. This is just a short little piece, but I thought it was kind of pretty.
Okay.
Empty beaches heal the heart, a special place where you can go and be understood. The silence is magnificent. It embraces you, holds you close. You're alone, but you're not alone. You are loved by the sky, by the water, by the sound. Empty beaches are magical.
Oh, aren't they?
What's that?
Love the beach. I said, aren't they? We love the beach. Gorgeous.
Isn't that pretty? It's a cute little piece. I just
Yes.
wrote that.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, we are coming to the top of the hour here. So I am going to thank everybody for joining us. Before I hand this back over to King, it's been a beautiful show with some wonderful guests who thank you for joining us. If it's your first time with us or if you're returning, we just appreciate you so much. You just have a magnificent array of poetry and you blessed us and the mic tonight. If you are joining us, viewing our show, we would love it if you would like and subscribe so that you can be made aware of future shows. I'm Valerie Lorraine. I'm going to close with this piece and hand the mic over to King, our host. This is called Sentiment. You are attentiveness, sentiments to my spirit, inspirations of hope and beautiful poetry. For what divided, your lyrics conquered. Odes were fast gone as slowly your reach became infrequent. You are the soldier in an army of absentees, marching far afield. My heart suffocates, drowning in thin zone. I gave up on all the wishes I made on nights Empyrean. You were unaware of love utterances I gave when mute was tapped. Frightened of the atmosphere vaulting you away, I voiced it to the universe in your presence, wanting your eternity to eavesdrop. Depriving it settled on your earthly senses. Yet the invasion stalked my circumstance, combative to my vulnerabilities. I take to my pillow without anticipating the call. The chimes stop eliciting my senses. You gave verse to my conscience, briefly removed the stars. They will arise eventually, making me contemplate sparkling desires. For now, I see what has vanished, casting reflection with an epiphany of wise. Valerie Lorraine.
All right,
Thank
Valerie.
you so much.
All right.
All right. I am very happy to hand it over to King. He's going to close us out, and we can't wait to see you again next week.
All right, everybody. This is a piece I titled Razzle Dazzle. It's the return of the shadow from out the dark dim lighting. Excuse the new sighting, thunderstorms keep me writing. I emerge from out the rain through a bright, lighted portal. Despite my code of ethics, I'm half immortal when I'm cordial. Put my stamp along with others into areas of discussion. Better watch who you trusting, might interrupt your hustling. Believe in the here and now, I embrace the hug and pound. Remain on solid ground where my peace is lower sounds. Giving my all is like a chore that I remember as a kid. All I do is try to live and be positive. Once told to me, once told to me by the God was move accordingly. So I connect and walk a path truly yours with my poetry. Humble on my mission, discard crazy attention. When the soul is spiritually driven, I stop, look, and listen. Intuition of a messenger to carry notes in life. I just really begun to raise the bar living right. King. I would like to thank everybody for coming through tonight. Thank you very much. And all the listeners out there and those that are watching the Poetry Corner, stay tuned next week. And as I always say, peace, love, and poetry. And we out of here.